Rightio, punters, an NBA playoffs preview. I thought I'd do it in video this time instead of doing it in article form. Head over to bet.com.au. We'll be doing game articles as they get closer to each matchup or series. But this one is just a general playoffs preview. And I'm going to start in the Eastern Conference. I'm not going to spend too long on each team or each matchup, just the ones that I find interesting. The Bulls and the Heat, they match up for the 9 and 10. I think the Bulls get up here. You see that over the month of March, the Bulls have the 11th best win record in the NBA. If you break that down just to the last 15 games, which brings in April and half of March, they're actually up to 5th in the league in win percentage. So they are doing really well, and Josh Giddey leading the team fantastically there. The Heat, they weren't expected to get this far. They'll probably bow out in that matchup. Then it's the Magic and the Hawks in the other playing game. I believe the Magic will get up over the Hawks, and then it'll be the Hawks and the Bulls in the playoff to get into the playoffs. That'll be an interesting matchup. I think the Hawks probably win, but the Bulls will give them a good run for their money. The Knicks and the Pistons, how exciting. Okay, these two teams don't like each other. But New York this season, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby are doing extremely well, playing a bunch of minutes under Tom Thibodeau. But Cat has played only for the third time in the last 7 years. He's played 70-plus games. So something good for him over in New York. And he's leading by example. He's really matured in his spot there in this team. But the Pistons, they're an up-and-coming team and finally getting their roster on the court healthy, and have been one of the informed teams also over the last month. If we look at the month of March, which I said was an important one, Detroit rank 11th in win percentage. So quite good for a Detroit team that was struggling early in the season, have struggled for a number of years. The Pacers and the Bucks, well, it's the old versus the new. I think the Bucks have the experience to get through this matchup, but the Pacers will definitely, I think it'll go to 7 games, and the Pacers, if they can jag a game on the road, then they're in the box seat to wrap up that series. It's all down to the Cavs and the Celtics for me. In the East, I don't think really any team are at their caliber at this point of the season. The Knicks looked good early. The Pistons, the Bucks. I mean, Giannis is Giannis. You can never discount Giannis from a playoff series, but will the rest of their roster be enough to get them over the line against a quite evenly spread Cavaliers team that have just great players at every spot? And we know what the Celtics are. The only way you're beating the Celtics is if they start missing 3-point shots, as we've seen in the last few years. But if they're hitting it and over a 7-game series, it's almost impossible to beat them. Let's head over to the West. A lot more happening in the West. The Clippers, they beat good old Clippers, beat the Golden State Warriors in the last game of this regular season to snatch 5th spot. They'll match up against the Denver Nuggets. Now, Nikola Jokic is having one of the best seasons ever in the NBA. Average a triple-double. There's only 3 players in NBA history that have done that. Russell Westbrook, ironically, on his team, has done it 4 times, I think. But Jokic, just with the sheer number that he was averaging in points, it's just amazing for a guy at that level with his size and leading that team. Now, Jamal Murray, he's gotten better as the season has progressed. It's more of a kind of a peak, working towards a peak for him and the Denver team. I think they're going to be extremely hard to beat. But if Kawhi Leonard stays healthy, the Clippers have a much deeper roster than what Denver do. And I think they have the opportunity to upset the Nuggets here. The Clippers, over the last 15 games, are let me bring it up here, have the second best win percentage. They have the best field goal percentage. They have the best 3-point percentage. And I think they were top 3 in both offensive and defensive rating over the last month and a half. So they are starting to hit their straps. And it's exciting to see as a Clippers fan that it's all just about can Kawhi stay healthy? Can their players stay on the court? If they can, they'll give this title a run for their money. In the other defined matchup, the Lakers and the Timberwolves. This will be an exciting matchup, but I think the Lakers will win this probably in 4 or 5 games. The Timberwolves just don't have enough to match the firepower of Luka Doncic and LeBron James and Austin Reeves. As I was schooled this morning on ahead of the game by Josh Higgins from the Basketball Fix, Austin Reeves is playing out of his skin over the last month, and Josh thought he was the best 3-man in any team of the league. I thought originally that the Lakers probably would struggle not having that really good 3-man, but obviously have just not taken notice of Austin Reeves in that spot. The Warriors, due to their loss against the Clippers, fell down to 7th. They will play the Grizzlies in the first playing game to either go straight into a matchup with the Rockets or to play against the winner of the Kings and the Mavs. Now, it's the Warriors that I feel have the best top three. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. Now, playoff Jimmy is a totally different animal to regular season Jimmy, and I think we'll see him come to the forefront in this matchup against the Grizzlies, and I believe the Warriors will make it through. The Grizz is just underachieving. Ja Morant has been hurt. Zach Edey started so well, and just the team has not lived up to expectations. Fired their coach, and totally forgot the Nuggets also fired their coach. That's going to be a very important thing in their matchup against the Clippers. But Grizz fired their coach. I think their sights are set on the future. I don't think they'll get out of this playoff game. And to be honest, if they end up in a matchup against the Mavs, I think they lose. I think AD, despite the injuries that the Mavericks are carrying currently, I think they beat the Grizzlies just on pure determination and willpower. The Kings, no, I don't know. They just disappoint me. They should be better with their roster. DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis, guys that should just be delivering on a night-to-night basis and have not done enough. 40 and 42 in the season, finished 9th. I think they lose against the Mavericks and they get punted. And then the Mavs will beat the Grizz, and the Mavs will go on to lose against the Thunder in that first round. The Rockets and the Warriors would be a very interesting matchup. It's the young Rockets and the way they run and move the ball and score, and Şengün in the middle there, he's tall and he's big and he's good. Can the Warriors defend that, or are we going to look more to the Warriors to be an offensive juggernaut against the Houston team and try and mess up their gameplay and try and get them out of step as a young team with coming in as a second seed? There's a lot of expectation there, and will we then see maybe a matchup between the Lakers and the Warriors in the second round? Interesting to see. There's lots and lots happening in this NBA. The play-in tournament starts in just a few days, and the playoffs proper start on the 19th. So stick around on bets.com.au. Lots of previews here on the YouTube channel to come. AFL, NRL, what else we got? Supercars, heaps of stuff going on. Comment what you like to see. And then bets.com.au, the website with all the game previews. And once these NBA games get a bit closer, we'll dive into each matchup and give some previews and some top tips. So we'll like to see you there. Let me know in the comments if you like this longer form of deep diving. Maybe we'll do some more. Thanks for now. See you around.